Well, hello, all you wonderful public education advocates. Very glad that you're able to join me today. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Joel Windsor, and I am the webmaster for Alberta Funds Public Schools Citizen Initiative. And I've put together this video to introduce you to the website. If you haven't been able to set up your account, you'll see a little bit about how to do that. But once you're also in, you'll also see on this video a number of different ways you can use the various tools that we've set up for you. The whole purpose of this website is to try to make the Citizens Initiative as fast and easy as possible for as many people as possible, particularly our wonderful proponent Alicia Taylor, who has a lot of documentation that she has to manage, and so this website's job, first of all, is to help her do all of that. But it's also to get you guys involved in the initiative as best as we possibly can as canvassers, because our website does want to be able to produce for the public an easy to look at schedule of all of the different places and times that canvassers are going to be available. And the best way to do that is to not have one person enter all of that, but rather get you guys involved in that and have you guys enter that instead. So that's what the website is set up for. So here's how the process goes. When you first submit your canvassing application form to the initiative, it goes straight to our proponent, Alicia Taylor, who then goes through all of the documentation that she needs to go through, crosses T's and dots I's, and then sends it all off to Elections Alberta. When she sends it off to Elections Alberta, you get a notification that she has done so, and that the website is ready for you to produce your account or to activate your account. And so that is what you can do. Now, you might not have your badge yet. You might not have any of your credentials yet. But that doesn't mean that you can't kind of get yourself started and ready so that when your badge comes, you can get straight access to all the things that you need to be a successful canvasser for our initiative. So let's show you what that kind of looks like. So when Alicia sends it off to Elections Alberta, you'll get an email that'll have a little button in it that says go to your account or activate your account or something like that. And when you do, you'll get to this lovely screen right here, where it'll say, please set up your password, because you have to now activate your account. And we do ask that you use a secure password. We want to make sure that your data is protected, and so we have some standards that we need you to manage to make sure that your data is as protected as possible. And that usually means make sure that your password isn't based on your name or your email, or if you have it already, your badge ID. We don't want your password to be super guessable. And also, capital letters, lowercase letters, numbers, special characters. If you don't do that, then the system is going to kind of teach you that you need to do something slightly different. You'll see a little red message pop up here that says, this password was too weak, it did not pass the security check, and it'll give you a little indication as to something that you can do to try to make it a bit better. So I'm going to go with a more secure password this time around. I hope I typed that in right. You're going to find out if I can spell my own password properly. And if it works... nope, apparently I can't type very well. It said my passwords didn't match, so I'm going to try again. There we go, and now we finally got that sorted out, and it'll give me this lovely little successful message saying, hey, you've now set a secure password that is appropriate. So with that, we're now going to log straight in. And the easiest way, click this button. You can also get to this login page from the main Alberta Funds Public Schools website. And the best way to do that, I'll show that really quickly here for you, is when you're on the main site, which looks kind of like this, there's a little button over here that says Canvasser Login, just right over top of my shoulder here. And you can click on that, and it will take you immediately to the login screen where you can get to your stuff. And you log in with the same email address that you put in on your Canvasser application form. I've made kind of a fake one so I can demonstrate all this for you guys. Let's see if I can type my password properly again this time. And then log in. And so once you're logged in, the first thing it's going to do is ask you to convince it that you are actually indeed human. So the first thing is you have to attest to it. That's what these terms and conditions above my shoulder basically say, is that everything is a true and accurate representation of you. You're going to verify that you are who you say you are. And if you do not remember to click this lovely I agree to those public terms, or to these terms and conditions, then it will say, I don't believe you. And so please make sure that you click that button, and then you can authenticate yourself using any of the different tools you have available. I kind of personally prefer, or I've learned to really like, the Authenticator apps that exist. So you can use any Authenticator app with that QR code that you see in the corner there, and it's a time-based one, so it only every code you get only lasts for 30 seconds-ish, and it kind of helps with the security as well, which is good. However, because I'm working with a fake account, or perhaps you don't have a cell phone, or you don't have a Authenticator app or something to that effect, then you can use one of our other tools. I'm not going to do the text message because that's a fake phone number for me. If it's not a cell phone number, then the text message doesn't work. But I can certainly email the code to myself. When it emails it, it'll say a little message saying we successfully sent it, and then you just have to enter the code once it arrives in your email, which can take a few moments. You might just need to be a little bit patient because the internet has various different avenues that an email can bounce through before it finally gets into your inbox, and so that's what I'm waiting for right now, is for that email to show up, and I'm just kind of look here to see what I got. So far, not yet. Should be any moment. Aha, and there it is. So we now have myself my little code. I'm going to plug it into the system, hit the submit button, and then I should be voila-ing into my account, and huzzah, I have indeed done so. So if you haven't received your badge yet, this is what you would see when you log in to the website, which is not an awful lot. You can see some details that are going to become available to you. You can also see that you can update your account, you can log out, but that's really all that you can do at this point. And that's because when it comes to accepting signatures, you can't really do that until you actually have your credentials in your hands. So you can see that this message here is, we're waiting for approval from the Elections Alberta. Now here's the real kicker. Us on the organizing end of this petition, Alicia, Joel, all the people who are organizing on the organizing end, we don't actually get notification of you having received your credentials. You are the only person who really knows, and so we need you to put that information in for us, because you'll get it before we do, frankly. So let's say that you get your credentials and you're ready to start putting some information in. Actually, before I do that, let me just do a quick little peek here through with something else. Let's talk about your account. That you have the ability to update your contact information and change a few things for your account. And clicking on that little button there, if you're on a mobile device, it's going to be a little 3 lines menu instead, but it's still there. You can change it, give yourself a username. If you don't want to use your email to log in, you can set up a username if you wanted to. You can always change your password, change your email with it. If you need to change anything else, such as your name, if maybe it was spelled funny or something like that, your address, you can always change any of that information here too. And there's a lovely little button here that you can use as well to connect a Google login. So say you're somebody who's really bad with passwords like me, you might decide that you just don't want to have to worry about passwords. Well, then you can connect a Google account so that you can just click on that login with the Google button instead, and in you go without having to remember your passwords. So, but you do actually have to connect your account in the first place. So that would be the place that you would do it if you wanted to do that. Okay, so let's say that you have now indeed received your badge and you are ready to go, except you don't have all the tools. Well, that's when you would log back into your system, into this system, and start and provide us with some information. For example, the first thing you're going to need to provide is your Canvasser badge ID, which will be something provided to you by Elections Alberta. And you do need to type it in the exact same format that Elections Alberta gave it to you. The other thing that you're going to do is also select which region of the province that you are most likely to do the majority of your canvassing in. So for me, I'm a Calgary and Central South guy, but for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to say that I'm a Red Deer and Central guy, just because I can. And then once I've done that, and I hit submit my credentials, now all the organizers have your credentials, and guess what? You also now have access to all sorts of things here. You have we can keep track of your credentials. You can see that there. Once you have turned in some signatures to the initiative, you will see how many signatures you have turned in and that have been confirmed by our organizing team. It'll actually say that on your profile, which is fantastic. You can also say you move in the middle of the initiative, then you can always update your canvassing region or change it if you need to. But probably what you care most about at this point in time is all the stuff here in the toolbox. That way, in the toolbox. So you'll see the cover page, you'll see canvasser instructions, you'll see a training video, you'll probably even see a link to this video for that matter too, FAQs. You'll see a couple of places where you can generate the signature pages just by clicking on it, and you can generate it with your name attached to it, or just generate it with only your badge if you don't want to have your name automatically printed on it. You can also follow the Facebook page. There's a place where you can order merchandise such as this, or print off some posters for where you're going. And there may be many other things that show up as we progress through this petition and produce more and more materials that are intended to make your job easier. But this is where you're going to get all of that information. It's also possible on occasion that our organizing groups want to send you a message specific to your region or to all canvassers involved. So you can see that there's one of those messages up here right now, basically saying, hey, welcome, thank you for doing this and jumping in and joining us. So now that we're in here, and I'm actually just going to do a quick little log out here just to kind of get ourselves. Actually, let's do this here. Will that do the trick for me? Absolutely it does. So I now, because I'm all the way in, have a My Schedule option. And so this is a new thing, another thing that I want to bring your attention to as well. With your schedule, you have the ability to add your events to the website. So if you know that you're going to be, say, at the local Sobeys from 10 o'clock till noon in the morning on Saturday, then you can put that in here, and then when the public goes to the website, they can see that there's going to be a canvasser at that location and that time. So you absolutely can do that. And that's what we kind of want you all to do, is to try to get as much public awareness of your availability as is possible. And the way that you would do that is in this My Schedule section, where you can add yourself an event. And so I'm going to give you a couple of quick little hints as to ways that you can do this. The first thing that I would encourage you to do as you make an event is give it a catchy little title, something that everybody can connect with. And so make it nice and short and concise, because people don't like the long titles. They don't read them. We want nice, tidy little titles. And so let's see here. Let's go with like Sobeys signing. And we'll go with that as an example. You know what? I'm going to come up with a different name. I'm going to go signing in the park. That's a nice little catchy title. I'm going to say that I'm going to do this on Sunday. I'm going to do it from, let's say, 10 o'clock a.m. until noon. I'll be there. Let's see here, 12 o'clock p.m., because that's how the time works. I'm going to be doing it in the Red Deer and Central area, and in particular, I'm going to be doing it in the municipality of, let's say, Olds. And I don't actually remember all the park names in Olds anymore, so I used to live in the area, but I don't remember all the park names now. So I'm going to just say, like, the... actually, you know what? Let's say at the Olds College. Why not? Olds College. That's a great way to do it. I don't remember Olds College's address, so I'm just going to do this real quick. Olds College address. So there we go. Perfect. How lovely. So I'm going to go with this street in Olds. Plug it into the system. Now, I might not be wanting to be the only canvasser there. I might want to have a bunch more people there. Let's say that there's an event that's happening at the college that I want to have a whole bunch of people to help me out with. Then I can say, it's not going to be just me. It's going to be a whole bunch of canvassers that I'd like to have here. And this is going to give other people a chance who are also canvassers to sign up and join you on your event. And I'm going to say, yes, please include me as a canvasser for this event. If you're not comfortable sharing your phone or your email with other canvassers, that's perfectly fine. We certainly welcome your sense of privacy the way you want it. Of course, if you want to make it easier for your other canvassers to connect with you to help plan and maybe provide you with some extra support, then you can provide your information that way too. It's entirely up to you as to how you do it, but once you save the event, it will appear in your canvassing schedule, just like so. And after having done this, you also have a couple of extra tools. First of all, you can edit. And one of the other things you can do is also put it on the website itself. So it doesn't actually appear on the website until you say that it's ready to go. And one way you can do that is by using this Publish on the Public Site button, where you can say, I want this to actually be visible to everybody who's out there in the big wide world of web kind of scenario. Once you have published it, we have even more tools available for you. First of all, of course, you can cancel the event, leave the event as one of the canvassers. You can unpublish it if you need to. But my favorite one here is the creation of the social media image. That you can actually create a social media image that you can post on all of your materials simply by downloading it and then uploading it to whatever social media platform you use. Blue Sky, X, Facebook, Instagram, anything that you want to upload it to say, this is where I'm going to be, come show up. And it's got that lovely little succinct little title for you, the locale that you're doing it in, and where and when you are doing it, so that people can look at it and say, I know where I can go in order to sign. So try to help that out for you guys. And the nice thing about it is it does have our branding on it, so it makes it super identifiable. When people log on to their Facebook or into their Instagram and they see these colors, they know this is definitely going to be a public schools initiative event. Okay, and so as you saw when I created that last event, that there is a possibility that you can set it up so that there are more canvassers or spaces where other canvassers can choose to help you out at that event. You notice I set it up so that 5 people could show up. Well, that's really great to let other people help you out. However, what if you want to be one of those helpers? You want to see what other events are already out there and give some assistance in that regard. Well, the best way for you to do that is, again, still in your schedule, but you're going to say that you're going to join some other events. And in your joining other events, you'll see a list of all the ones that are available in your region, or you can, for that matter, switch regions and say that I want to go to one of these other ones. And so I'm going to choose this one about the rally here that I know that is showing up here. Oh, by the way, one other thing, when you looked at the one from Red Deer, that event that I created already shows a little hand here saying that's the one that you've signed up to do. So that little hand tells me I've already booked myself in for that particular event. Now I'm going to go over to a completely different area. Say I'm going to go to the rally in Calgary on Saturday. Then I'm going to go find that rally, and I can see that there are plenty of canvassers needed. So I'm going to be one of the people who decides to join this event. And so now that I've done that, I've clicked it. I've now said I'll now see this in my own schedule. So this is my current schedule up here in the top right left-hand side here. I'm signed up to participate in the rally, and I'm signed up to do the event that I created for that matter as well. So all of that is ready to go. And I can also, for that matter, because I am going to this event, see any of the extra details, the address, and all of that that's available here. As you create these events, they will all be, if you hit the publish button, placed onto the website proper too, so other people who are interested in signing know where they can find you. And that kind of brings a conclusion to what I've got set up for you with the website at this point in time. If you have any questions at any point in time, I encourage you to send me a message. The easiest way to send me a message is to go on the main public site to the contact page, where you can choose whoever you think is the most appropriate target. In this case, because it's a question about the website, you send it as a question about the website and fill in the information, and I will return your email. I try to do it as fast as I possibly can, but like many other people involved in this petition, we do also have other full-time jobs, so you might just have to give me a little bit of patience as I get through things. But I do promise that I will eventually get to you to help you out as quick as I possibly can, because I am interested in making sure that proper funding happens for public education and that funds are reallocated from independent private schools to where they belong, and that is in our public schools. Thank you all very much for sneaking on here with me for the brief little bit that I had to explain a little bit about the website to you, and I hope it was helpful, and I hope you have amazing success. Get out there, visit all of the different places, tell people how important it is that we properly fund public education and get them to put their name and their signature to that same effect. Take care of each other, love each other. We'll talk to you later.